Until recently, the enduring Saudi-American alliance, forged at the conclusion of World War II, appeared unbreakable. Both parties understood its core tenets: security in exchange for energy. The United States established military bases in the region and provided the Saudi army with training and equipment. In return, Saudi Arabia pledged to supply affordable oil to support the economies of Washington's European allies. However, in recent times, Saudi Arabia has deviated from this pattern. Riyadh declined to denounce the Russian invasion of Ukraine and rejected American and European requests to increase oil production to alleviate the current energy crisis. The relationship between the United States and Saudi Arabia has shifted from being relatively cooperative to outright antagonistic, as U.S. companies developed new methods for extracting oil and gas from shale deposits, known as fracking. As a result, U.S. crude oil production surged from 5 million barrels per day in 2005 to over 12 million barrels now. Saudi Arabia's willingness to collaborate with the United States on oil-related issues has dwindled as the U.S. has emerged as a rival oil exporter to the kingdom. Presently, American companies export approximately 3 million barrels per day, compared to Saudi Arabia's 6 million barrels. On the other hand, oil has forged a closer bond between MBS and Russian President Vladimir Putin, particularly concerning oil-related affairs. Both Saudi Arabia and Russia lead separate groups of oil producers that have successfully collaborated to maintain high prices. The Saudi prince's alignment with Putin over Biden is evident in Saudi Arabia's silence regarding the Russian invasion of Ukraine. This stance may be partially attributed to Saudi Arabia's own involvement in the conflict in neighboring Yemen. Both leaders have cited historic ties and national security concerns as motivations for their actions. Since then, the Saudi crown prince has opted to collaborate with Russia and OPEC+ rather than heeding any appeals for assistance from the White House. Confronted with dwindling oil revenues crucial for their national budgets, Russia and Saudi Arabia have joined forces in the energy sector, with Saudi Arabia pledging over $2 billion for investment in Russia through its sovereign wealth fund. Additionally, primarily supplied by the US and UK, Riyadh purportedly inked a preliminary military cooperation agreement with Russia, estimated at $3 billion. Russian arms deals serve as more than a mere strategy to mitigate potential issues with the US, Saudi Arabia's long-standing security ally. These agreements with Russia will include provisions for local services, facilitating the production of arms within the kingdom and possibly the transfer of military technology to Riyadh. This enables the Saudis to establish a domestic military industry, aligning with the objectives outlined in Vision 2030. Russia's economic negotiations furnish the nation with the capital required for growth in its sanctioned domestic economy, while the investment accords serve to counteract the sanctions regime led by the US. Undoubtedly, the dynamics of alliances in the Middle East are undergoing shifts and diversification. Anticipate increased visits by delegates from Russia and China to Riyadh. While America maintains a prominent position at the Saudi table, there are now more guests gathered around it.